So we're putting up accommodation facilities of high end, not. Okay, I have 2 comments. See the culture. We should not just talk about the culture. And I'll give examples. In our hotels here, it is possible we can have a time or a day when we can prepare our cultural foods. So that when someone...
They had so many options, but they chose kasese. And I would also like to thank all of us for, first of all, joining us to make the Taskalite Rwenzori Marathon, and after that the Rwenzori Teluja, very wonderful events. I think they have now changed the narrative about kasese, and we put in a lot, all of us, to have them successful. So you also put in a lot in this function. This is the only way we are going to change the narrative of kasese. Choosing kasese was not by mistake. This district, first of all, is at the highest point of this country. When you are standing at the highest peak on the Rwenzoris, you are looking at the whole of Uganda. Even Lamu, you look at it. Even when you are tall, God has to compensate us, to take us at the highest, so that even you tall ones cannot what? Cannot defeat us. We look at all of you. So this is a very unique point in this country. And I think kasese is the reason they called Uganda the Pearl of Africa. Southern Hemisphere. Now I am in the Northern Hemisphere. This is the only place where you can be in 2 hemispheres at a what? At a go. Others are saving to go to both. But me, I even walk. Walk from the northern to the southern without paying anything. This is a place which has 4 national parks. 4 national parks. This is a place which has the biggest irrigation scheme. So those who are in agricultural tourism, like my daughter here, Miss Tourism is talking, this is the place with the biggest irrigation scheme, which is unique. It is an irrigation and settlement scheme. The only irrigation and settlement. And you mark the word what? Settlement. Other irrigations are not settlement what? Schemes. So, and then that one you will ask me in my free time, I will explain to you because of time. So, kasese is the tourism destination. People complained when they made Fort Portal the tourism city. Government was right to make Fort Portal a tourism what? City, because it had the best infrastructure. And there was no way kasese was going to do what? To compete. It had very good roads in town because they benefited from USMID 1. They have very good and clean hotels. Kasese was still lacking. We have now made the roads. I think now we are also struggling to clean the existing what? Hotels. You may have hotels, but are they clean? So you should struggle to clean the existing hotels. They are enough to attract us visitors. So that's why we say, let Fort Portal be the tourism city. Kasese becomes the tourism destination. You can sleep in Fort Portal, come and spend in where? In kasese. And that's why we are struggling, and I think we are going to achieve that. And with the Ministry of Tourism's cooperation, we are going to do it. First of all, I thank the ministry. I don't know whether the representatives are here. Because the Rwenzori Marathon will always be a climax of the Rwenzori Teluja. And I know we are going to work together to see how all this happens. With the cooperation of the cow and the chairman, we are going to do that. One man said, look, tourism is private sector led. For us, our economy is private sector led. The only thing government provides is peace and security, infrastructure, public infrastructure, and a good regulatory and policy environment for you to do business. We are now not into building hotels. We are not into giving tourism bans. No, that one we have left to the private sector. So let us clap for Mr. Muleveke for putting up this hotel and others who have put up such hotels. Because that's what we want. We privatize, we gave out all the hotels which we have to the private sector to run. And we are not going to build more what? Hotels. Kiwa, go and do business. For us, we shall give you security, good environment, tax waivers if you qualify, and you thrive as a business person. So that one is what you should have in mind. Economy is private sector led, and tourism is private sector led. But obviously, under the Ministry of Tourism, we have the Uganda Tourism Board, which handles the sector of marketing. But you must also work with them, because they can't market everything without collaboration. They will market probably the general picture, but work with them so that the private sector and Uganda Tourism Board can strengthen their marketing structure. And they are doing very good work. These days when you come to our airports, you see a lot of adverts running, even around the roads. Even on traffic lights, you meet them advertising. Sometimes people delay to move because they are looking at the what? At the screens. But we are doing a lot, but we can't do all. You as private sector must also advertise. And my brother Baritazal brought out a very important thing about the infrastructure. The Mbondo Rubiriha Road has been advertised. So it is going to be rehabilitated very soon. I sleep in Wera, I came from there, they already repairing. But the most important thing, the road has been advertised, the financing is more or less ready, so the road will be rehabilitated. Because it will not stop at Rubiriha, it is going to Butembo. That road is going to where? To Butembo. Already, there is a contractor on Butembo, on Kasindi Butembo Road, dot services. So we want to rehabilitate this one so that the connectivity becomes what? Easy. And you should know that this is the Trans-African Highway, running right away from the east to West Africa. So it is going to be worked on. So, Right Honorable Deputy Prime Minister, be assured of that. I'm talking as government now. And the airfield, we are already engaging a Turkish company, which is want to go into what we call, I think, design, build, operate, and transfer. And we have gone a step. So if we finalize, it is also going to be upgraded to international standards. So that one is also being worked on. Roads in Mahango, Walita, and the like. Now, tourism is very funny. Some people want those bad roads because they come here for different what? Things. We are not going to tarmac every road that goes to what? To a tourism site, because some people want challenges to reach where they are going. People come here to tour for different purposes. Some come for tourism for health. Some come for tourism for adventure. Some come for tourism to enjoy themselves. A lot of things. That's why you will meet people at the beach. You will meet people struggling to reach the top of Mount Rwenzori with all that difficult terrain. You will meet others coming to swim in the lake, others coming to swim in the river. There are some who have never seen a big river like Nile. They come. You have seen people rafting. You have been to Ujagali and you see people rafting. You say, why are these risking their lives? because those waves are very dangerous. But that's what they want. They want to go into dangerous places. If they die, they will die heroes. So everybody has the reason to come and tour. That Walitsa road, I can't tell you that we are going to make it, because there are some people who want to go to Walitsa for where it is. And they should go into that very difficult terrain. They're enjoying the culture, they're enjoying the agriculture and the like. But the district has, you have tourism priority roads. They have that list, they will give it to you. Katwe, what is this? Kasese Road. It is one of the priorities. Then Nyakalingijo Ngenda, it is one of them. Those ones I can remember offhand. And money for Ngenda Nyakalingijo is also about to be secured. So that one will also be tarmacked soon. So, but it's only Katwe, Kasese, where we still have a few problems, but we shall also handle them. And then, before I leave those roads, when we are, you know, the only thing why we are striving in Rwenzori is because there is turmoil in where? In Congo. Me, when I grew up in the 70s, and Bishop was there in the 60s, I was also there partly, but I was not understanding. There was only the vehicles which used to come with the tourists. It was written on Congo Safari. I had never seen any other tourist vehicle. All the vehicles were written on Congo Safari. You should know that it is easier and nearer to go to the Rwenzori mountains through Congo than to go through Kasese, Ibanda. Because as a young man, I used both routes, but I didn't reach the top. But I have used both routes. The Mutwanga to Rwenzori, you can take even 2 days, even 3, and you have finished the expedition. Here in Kasese, you take 7 days. So the Congo and that Virunga National Park is a very well endowed national park. The only problem which Congo has now is security. And we have gone there to assist them to secure the place. UPDF is there. We have gone there to assist them to make the road. So Rwenzori, be prepared for competition. As soon as that place is secure, the roads are good. Be prepared for what? Competition. Now what we beat them with will be hotels and the like. Because all their infrastructure was destroyed. Can we put up very good infrastructure so that the Bazungu don't go back to Congo when it becomes what? Secure. I would like to caution members on that one. For the credit, we are running a free market economy, but our interest rates depend on the rate of inflation. And now we are fighting it, because now I think by last month it was coming to 3%, which implies the interest rates will also what? Go down. But now we have also learned that these banks, their interest rates are high. That's why we started Microfinance Support Center as government. And we have pumped in a lot of money, UDB as government. And when we saw that UDB was not assisting the poor, we started PDM. You imagine a local circle at a parish has 500 million circulating. Do you think people will go back to the bank? They will borrow from PDM. And if they don't go back to the banks will be forced to reduce on their interest rates. So let us all supervise PDM properly so that that money is not misused. 500 million in 5 years circulating in a parish. That's a lot of money if people can, if we, the leaders, can look at it very well. And my sister was, someone I think, my sister here was saying, I think the issue of interaction. When I went to school, I was admitted to Sir Tito Winyi Bulindi. You used to apply. People never used to look for vacancies. parents didn't go anywhere to look for vacancies. We would just fill, was it called a job form? But I think it was called something like it. We would fill an application form and they would post you. I was posted in Satito, Bulindi, think about Tazal to Dohaga, Isaac to Dohaga, because those are my contemporaries. And we went. But me, I didn't go to Satito Winnie. My parents couldn't manage the fees. So I went to Rwenzori High School because it was also starting. I went there. But now I'm those who went to Satito and Dohaga. I'm there in that cabinet with the Budo, with the St. Mary's Chisubi. We are competing and we are all talking very good word English. Yeah. I also tell them they used to take me in a vehicle to school, deceiving them. But I used to carry my case. I used to carry my sanduko from Ngenda to Iban because there was even no transport. You know. When I did have money, I would tell Vianikire to carry for me. When I had cash. Because me, I came from the border, so I always had cash. So this Yanikire is who in the senior one was a carry for me this. So, why am I bringing you this? This country evolves. And you know, people came from here. Lois Wambare went to Nabumari. People came from here. This Dr. Mugisas, they went to very good schools. Chisuri, I think. Namiriango. You see Namiriango guy is there. Rwenzori High is also here. So, when they reached there, they found people of different cultures. Just as our sister was saying in Immaculate High, people of different cultures, they came back changed. Eventually when I completed O level, I again filled the form. They took me to St. Louis. This time my mother struggled and took me there. When I reached there, I will tell you something in whispers. For us here, we circumcise. And here, if you see an old person uncircumcised, you get disgusted. Very disgusted, because you can't even think about it. Even the girls in class, if they know that you are not circumcised, you can't talk to any. Now when I went to St. Louis, the first day, we used to bathe from a well. You know, Fort Portal is very cold. So sometimes you would bathe once a week. So over the weekend, we would go to wash clothes from a well. And then I saw people undressing. And I looked at all of them, they were not circumcised. I wanted to beat them. What's wrong with these guys here? That is in the whispers. What's wrong with these guys here? But I got used. By the time I completed 2 years, I had gotten used that some people are what? Like that. Actually, cow was my content. Yes, we still quietly despise them. And I even convinced very many of them to go there and get what? And do the right thing. Even at university, I convinced very many friends of mine to go there and do the right what? The right thing. So these are issues which you are bringing up. But here now, I studied in Rwenzori High School from senior 1 to 6. From there, I studied in Bugema University. 3 years at university. After that, I work with Kasese District Local Government. You have seen the rock. I will never see any other thing apart from my Vakonzo and a few other tribes. And it is very, very dangerous. So as the Department of National Guidance, we have decided to revive the national service program. So that when children complete, say, senior 6, they first go for 6 months for national service. And after training them for 3 months, they go to Karamoja, to where for another 3 months, to every place. Then they come back and go to university. Or when they complete university, we first take them. We are coming up with a policy because we want to cure that simple thing. And my daughter here talked about information. Yes, you talked about the right thing. That's why people only post negative what? Things. Even now, they may post my statement about circumcision and leave other things. Because that's what they want. That's what will sell their what? But my issue is, we told the kasese people here during the marathon, please talk about your district very well. Talk about the marathon very well. Talk about the Teluja. Every time there was on X, there was a post on Teluja or not, you would see people reposting, and information went. You remember that nearing to the marathon, there was an outbreak of Mpox, but we suppressed it by posting good things, and people came. Take her advice very, very well. Every morning, post something about kasese. We have a lot of posts. I have seen waterfalls. What post? And Edith is one of those guys. That Edith there. He posts. She knows how to write. Me, I don't know how to write. I only know how to speak. She writes for me, and I do what? I post. I come from a ministry of information. I can disorganize you in a minute because I have my digital media unit. It has 65 boys. They can make 1,000 posts in only 30 minutes. And if you want, I can even pull down your post. If I want, I have the technology. But because there is freedom of speech, we leave you to do your things so long as you don't disturb our government. For us, what we protect is being in a power. The rest you can even call me a pig, you can even call me a dog, I don't care, so long as I'm in what? In power. Only if you start a rebel group to get me out of power, I will hit you badly. But other things, you talk, go and post, even you can make a photo of the president as a pig, no problem, so long as we are in what? In power. But for the Kasesians, let us talk about kasese well. Let us generate things which sell kasese. Nobody will sell kasese for us. Let me lastly thank the kasese bonds. They have come to invest. And I love that. Mugisa here is investing. Nyumbi Tembo is investing. Everybody. I had Naume Pok. There's a pork joint called Naume. It's for one of the civil servants. People, everyone, someone was asking me, who was a minister, I want to go to Kasese, but they said there's Naume pork. I had not known. So I rang Enoch, he told me where it is. Then I told Enoch to send me a Google map. And he went there. Those are the things we want. Dr. Mugisa here is investing. Because when we went to Butembo to invite our Bakonzo to come and vote, they are very rich guys. Very rich. The Bakonzo in Congo are the richest. They have planes, they have what? We say, you come and invest. Bring even your airplanes in Kasese so that they can en route to Kasese Butembo. They said, but why do you invest there? For you, how many investments do you have? I was shut up. So they said, first go and invest there, we shall come. For you, your role is fighting. So you want us to go and invest, and you destroy our what? Our property. First invest there, then you will stop fighting. And that's what we have done, so that we can attract people to do what? To come. Lastly, I would like to ask you. You people are fond of building houses for retirement. Me, I'm discouraging that. Which are multi-purpose. But as if you build a house for retirement, you are now staying there with your wife. 2, you need 1 bedroom unless you have separated bedrooms. But this man has a 4-bedroom house, he's using only what? 1. And I'm asking, what is it? Bishop has been staying with his wife now. By the way, they don't even have a housemaid. They cook for themselves. You know, they are always together like this. So they feel hungry together. They only cook together. But their house is about 4 bedrooms. Though they had a boys' quarter, they have turned it into what? A guest house. Me, I have my home. But me, my home is a resort. I have turned it into a small what? Resort. It has 20 bedrooms. Because I'm expanding. But you know, I'm making a net gain of about 2 million shillings per month. Seated. So even if I am not a politician, I would be earning 2 million shillings per what? Per month. Cow, how much do you earn? 1 point what? I will be another cow. Anyway. And people are saying, you know, this man has no house. What? House for what? I have a house. When I go there, I have my bodyguards, there are 3. Myself and the driver, we are what? 5. We occupy 5 what? Rooms out of the 20. And I come there over the weekend. Sometimes I even spend a month without sleeping there. Mr. Mulebeka has a house in Paris. Very beautiful house. He has never slept there. Even, he used to be my boss. One of the best managers I've worked under. I'm a very stubborn guy, but he managed me. Now, he built a house in Paris, a very good house. Christmas is here, because that's the peak of what? Of business. New Year's is here. Easter is here. I asked him, when did you sleep in your house? He doesn't sleep there. Why don't you turn it into another what? Guest house? So that people who are, there are people who go to Paris over holiday, they have nowhere to sleep. You just tell them, sleep there, and pay me what? Money. You who are about to retire, don't build the houses where you're going to do what? To retire. You don't have the time to sleep there. The children will have gone. You will remain alone. You even build storage houses to retire from. At 8, you can't climb what? Steps. Those are the issues. He's now sleeping ground floor. Charles Muya has one of the best houses in Muyenga. He's my friend, even if I quote him. But I went there recently. Then he said, I am here sleeping, I'm sick. I said, where are you? Me, I started crying because I knew that's where I was sleeping. He said, I can't climb now. The master bedroom is free. He's down there. The children have gone. And the man is in a huge house alone like this with the wife. The wife goes to work, he's sick, he was just there with the maid. And on the ground floor, you see the challenges. Be careful, my dear friends. We are in a tourism destination place. Let us beautify our homes. When we are not there, they also become what? Guest houses. If you can take that, now let me see things as he wrote them. So I will read. He says, he observed protocol. And then he says, the interrelationship between regional pacification and tourism is a critical area of focus, especially in regions where political stability and security are pivotal to the development and sustainability of the tourism industry. In Uganda, the nexus between peace and tourism is particularly significant, given the country's rich cultural heritage, diverse ecosystem, and the ongoing efforts to promote Uganda as a prime tourism destination in Africa. This discourse will delve into how regional pacification serves as a bedrock of promoting tourism and peace, aligning with the theme of the World Tourism Day, tourism and peace, and examining its implication for economic growth, employment, and sustainable development. Regional pacification refers to the process of establishing peace and stability in areas that have been affected by conflict or political unrest. In the context of Uganda, particularly in the western region that includes Kasese district, the stability efforts have been instrumental in fostering an environment conducive to tourism. The Rwenzori Mountains, Queen Elizabeth National Park, and other attractions in the region have benefited significantly from enhanced security, enabling them to attract both domestic and international tourism. The peaceful environment in these regions has also facilitated infrastructure development, improved access to remote areas, and boosted investment in tourism facilities. This in turn has enhanced the visitor experience, leading to the increased tourism arrivals and no longer stays with and long stays. Without peace, the tourism sector should struggle to thrive, as safety concerns are paramount for tourism when choosing their destinations. Tourism is not merely a beneficiary of peace, it is also a powerful catalyst for maintaining and promoting it. The tourism industry fosters cross-cultural understanding and international cooperation, which are essential components of the peaceful coexistence. When regions previously affected by conflict are transformed into tourism hubs, the local communities, often the hardest hit by violence, gain new economic opportunities. This economic empowerment can reduce poverty. Diminish the likelihood of conflict re-emerging, and contribute to long-term peace. Uganda tourism has played a significant role in bringing divides between different ethnic and cultural groups by promoting shared heritage and encouraging dialogue. The tourism sector's ability to create jobs, generate income, and foster regional development further underpins its role in sustaining peace. As tourism grows, so does the need for collaboration between stakeholders, including government, local communities, and private investors, all of whom have a vested interest in maintaining stability. Tourism is a cornerstone of Uganda's economy, with its contribution to GDP and employment being substantial. According to the tourism satellite account for Uganda, tourism contributed approximately 7.7% to the country's GDP in 2023. The sector also accounted for 6.3% of total employment, equivalent to around 667,600 jobs. These figures underscore the critical role of tourism in driving economic growth and providing livelihoods for Uganda. In terms of foreign exchange earnings, tourism generated an estimated $1.6 billion in 2023, making it one of the largest sources of foreign exchange revenue for the country. These earnings are vital for the national economy, funding infrastructure projects, healthcare, education, and accessibility, and the overall tourism experience. Additionally, the global tourism industry is highly competitive, and Uganda must continue to invest in marketing and product diversification to stand out as a preferred destination. Moreover, the ongoing efforts to maintain peace in fostering and sustaining peace. In Uganda, the synergy between tourism and peace has been evident, particularly in regions like kasese district, where stabilization efforts have transformed the area into a vibrant tourism hub. As Uganda celebrates World Tourism Day with the theme Tourism and Peace, it is a reminder